How's it going there, guys? James here from Butler Farms on a beautiful Saturday morning. It's getting warm out here, guys. It is Alabama at the end of June, and been out here since about daylight and just getting some things done. Got a good breeze behind us, and even though it's getting hot, the humidity is down a little bit. You know, I think in Alabama, anything below about 95% humidity is a good crisp day during this time of year, but we'll take it. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stay out here much longer, because I wrapped up some things that I needed to do early while it was so hot, and now I'm getting ready to go inside and start putting up some produce. But I did want to bring you an update on our blueberries up here. You know, it's just about over. You know, that will just about do it. You can see them over here behind me, and I'm up here checking them. I brought a little box out here with me to pick. You know, I just picked and I'm sorry about the lighting. There is no way with this morning light to get good lighting out here, but I picked, I guess, about a week ago and got a good little harvest, and I've shown you in another video how I put those up. It's nothing to it, the way I freeze them and stuff, but I had a good little harvest, and I came out here today thinking that they would be packed, and I would have a good little harvest again. But I guess the birds and things like that are finally starting to get to them. Now, we do still have some blueberries. Of course, these are not ready yet. You can see back in here, they are still coming. They're just, some of them are turning pink. Some of them are still white. There's a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that one while I'm talking to you. But they're just not, that's about it. And you know, some years there's a longer production. I've had years where they just keep coming and keep coming through June on into July. It doesn't look like it's gonna make it this year. This was one of my very productive bushes. I don't even see any pink ones on it. Here's one of my really productive bushes, and it's done too. So except for a couple of them down through here that have some young pink stuff on them, which, I mean, I will come get those when they turn, just for fresh eating, that just about does it. But we've had a good year. You know, these are still very, very young blueberry bushes. The oldest ones down there on the end are probably 4 or 5 years old now, and they did produce this year. Now, again, I've told you before, they did not get pruned as well as they should have, and that's on me. That probably would have helped production a little bit. But these other bushes down here, guys, they're only 2 or 3 years old, and you know, if you get impatient with blueberries, you're going to spend a lot of time being miserable. Blueberries are going to make sure that the roots are taken care of first. Most plants do, but blueberries are notorious for it. And yeah, they're going to put on some blueberries the first couple of years. I've got some down here that are barely a stick out of the ground, and they had 2 or 3 little blueberries on them this first year, and I put them out this winter, or this past winter. But as far as getting heavy yields like what you see on my dad's trees and stuff, you got to remember his trees are 15 to 20 years old, a lot of them. Some about 10 years old, so they have established that root system, and they are all about producing fruit at this point. That's where these are headed. So, you know, I'm not discouraged. We had a good crop off of this year. I picked several heavy buckets up here, and I was with my dad last night, and I was talking to him, and he actually brought me some of his blueberries. They put up all that they can stand, and he brought me a little box of blueberries that will fill that tray about twice that I showed you of how I do it. So that'll make another 4 or 5 quart bags of frozen goodness. And so all together, between what I've gotten from him, what I've gotten off these trees, I would say this year we've put up probably 12 or 15 quarts. You know, there are years where we've put up a lot more. Even before my blueberries started producing, I used to go down to my dad's and pick, and you know, we could put up 12 to 15 quarts just off one, you know, a couple of pickings off of his. So, you know, it may be one of those years where they are a little off. They finished a little early. I don't, again, you know, I don't get all into the weeds on that kind of stuff, but you know, we've had a good crop. We've had a good year. Now, as far as taking care of these from here on out, I will not fertilize them again. I'm going to let them just do their thing. They're not fruiting anymore. They are lush and green. They're still growing. What I don't want to do, especially with that organic fertilizer, you know, organic fertilizer doesn't kick in like chemical fertilizer does. Chemical fertilizer, you know, if I come spread chemical fertilizer out here on this yard, you know, ahead of a front or something, that rain comes through, guys, it will green up immediately. Y'all have seen people with these trucks in their yard getting it sprayed with this fertilizer soup. I don't know what it's called. We don't use that up here. But the organic fertilizer takes a lot longer to break down, a lot longer to get into the soil. And so what I don't want to do right now at the beginning of July is to fertilize these things heavy again, and then you know, 2 months down the road, which would be the end of August, early September, they start putting on new growth. Well, first of all, it's not fruiting growth. Obviously, it's not the season for blueberries, and what's going to end up happening is you're going to get a lot of very green, tender growth, and then it's going to turn off cold, and it's going to kill it because it's not hardened off. It can't take that. So what we're not going to do is fertilize again. I'll start that again next winter, and or you know, right before bud break next year, and give it some time. Now, I walked up the hill up here. Look here, guys. You see that right there? Yes, sir. So my baby trees, they don't look baby because they are tall, and of course, yeah, I got to get in here and prune them too. But look at those little apples. Isn't that pretty? Didn't expect that. You know, there's another one hanging in there. I do have some plans in place to get some tree guards and get these fence pieces off there. It's rubbing my branches. They're entirely too big for that now. So I'm gonna get some tree guards to keep the deer and everything off of them, and I'm gonna get these out of here. Plus, it'd be easier to weed eat around them and stuff. Guys, this is a nightmare trying to keep this stuff cleaned out in here. Because of these little fences, but I can't help it. I got with the deer problem that we have here, I can't keep deer off of it. I was going to show you, and I don't want to make this video too long, but anyway, just like I showed you with the apples, we've also got pears that, for the first time. Again, these are young trees. I would say they're about 3 years old. Not positive about that. There's another little apple right there. So, man, you know, next year we may have some fruit out here. I don't know if it's this pear tree or not, but if it's not, just take my word for it. There's pears on there too. Like I said, only 1 or 2, but nothing like I've seen, guys. I was out with my job the other day, going down the road, and I saw in 2 yards, I saw 2 pear trees where the branches were bent over touching the ground, because they were so loaded, and they are beyond needing picked. You can see them all over the ground where they're falling off. I guess these people were just, I don't know, maybe they inherited the trees when they bought the house, or they just don't know what to do with them or whatever. But every day that I rode by it, I thought to myself, man, that's a waste. Those things need to be taken off right now. They're done, they're ready, they're falling off. But, you know, I don't know. People sometimes don't know what they have, or if they know what they have, they don't know how to put them to use. So that's kind of what we try to do here, is put everything to use. But just wanted to bring you a quick update on the blueberries. That's it. That's a wrap on the blueberries. Got some that I put in the freezer on the pan this morning, and I guess that'll be the last ones that I have to freeze for this year. But you know, I'll come out here and get these couple little handfuls. We'll just eat them fresh. It's not worth putting them in another bag. But anyway, like I said, it's been a good year. We've put a lot of them back, and you know, even if we go through what I've put back, the good thing about being in this community and being around other people that do this, especially back at my hometown, you know, a lot of the people down there that are my parents' age and things like that, my parents tell them that I garden and do all this kind of stuff, and For I guess it's kind of an oddity for somebody my age to really be into this, and they love that I'm into this. And so every once in a while I'll get a call from my mom and say, hey, you remember so and so from back home? Yeah. And because I probably went to school with their children, but they'll say, hey, they've got a bunch of blueberries, they got a bunch of strawberries, they got a bunch of snap beans from last year, and they're needing to clear out some freezer space, and it's, you know, it's just from last summer kind of thing. Do you want them? Yes, ma'am, I want them, because I know these people. I know who they are. I know how they've treated the food. I know it was put up correctly, and guys, it's free food. I mean, they're asking somebody to come get it, so that they can free up some more freezer space. And you know, like if you know, with my bean tragedy this year that I showed you in another video, you know, if somebody offers me some snap beans because they need to free up some space, then absolutely I'm gonna take some snap beans. But you know, it's good being in that kind of community, because I'm also able to bless other people. Like for some reason my peppers go out of control every year, and I find people that, I wish I had some peppers, I wish I had some jalapenos, I wish I had some banana peppers, I wish I had some bell peppers. I got you covered. Well, how much do I owe you? You don't owe me a thing. It's a beautiful thing about being in the space. Same thing with these blueberries. You know, some years we have tons of them that we give away. Some years, when ours is a little low, other people, it's amazing. Other people will call and say, hey, we've got more blueberries than we can handle. Do you want, you know, do you want some? Right over here across the road from me, the lady that lives across the road, I haven't talked to her about it this year, but I guarantee you she's got a blueberry bush back there on the back end of her property that would, if I went back there right now, would probably be more than all these put together in one harvest. And in the past I've picked for her because she can't really get out there and do it anymore, and you know, kind of a sharing thing. And so there's always opportunities, but we'll get into that later in a different video. Just wanted to bring you up to date on the blueberries. Not going to fertilize anymore, going to leave them alone. And they've done a good job this year, and I'm going to let them rest. Next spring we'll juice them up again with that organic fertilizer, and look forward to another year. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend. Please hit that thumbs up button at the end of the video. Again, as I always tell you, I don't understand it, but it works. It gets our videos out to more and more people. The more action they see, the more it gets pushed out. I don't understand how all that works, but it does work. So until next time, y'all keep safe, stay cool. God bless. This is James from Butler Farms, and we'll be seeing you.